Hi there. If you're thinking about investing in Tesla, but are unsure if it's the right time, let me tell you that now could be an excellent opportunity to buy Tesla stock. Although Tesla stock price has been a bit unpredictable lately, the company's expansion into new markets and partnerships with other companies have experts predicting that Tesla's stock price could soar to over $830 by 2025 and even reach $1,000 by 2030. You've come to the correct place if you're interested in finding out how much Tesla stock is needed to retire comfortably and enjoy life. Let's dig deeper into this subject together. Retirement should be a time for people to enjoy the benefits of their hard work and make the most of their spare time after a lifetime of employment. But in reality, retirement may be expensive, particularly if you reside in North America, where the cost of living can be rather high. Elevated current estimates show that the average monthly cost of living for a family of two in North America is over $5,000, which equates to $60 annually. This means that if you intend to retire with your spouse, you will need to have a sizable amount of savings to cover your living expenses. However, if you plan to retire alone, your costs will be lower, coming to about $3,200 per month or $40 annually after accounting for a 3% annual inflation rate until 2030. This is still a sizable sum of money, so it's critical to plan ahead in order to make sure you have enough savings to cover your expenses during your retirement years. There are a number of things to think about when making retirement plans, including your current income, your lifestyle, the cost of living in your area, your future financial goals, and your anticipated retirement age. Retirement income sources to be taken into account include your personal savings, Social Security benefits, pension plan, and retirement income sources. Making wise investments that will provide long-term profits is one method to make sure you have enough money saved for retirement. For instance, Tesla is a business that has demonstrated strong growth and profitability recently. If you invest in Tesla, you may be able to receive a sizable return on your capital, which could support your retirement lifestyle. Additionally, Tesla is dedicated to advancing sustainable energy solutions. So by doing so, you're also helping to create a cleaner and more sustainable future, which benefits everyone. You would need to sell Tesla shares worth about $850,000 in order to raise the money necessary to invest in ASP 500 index fund if you wanted to withdraw $5,000 per month for retirement expenses and wanted to use the proceeds to invest in an investment with an average annual return rate of 7, since the funds are expected to last for up to 50 years. Let's calculate how many tested shares you'll need to retire comfortably with an 850 budget, a 7 annual return, and a $3,200 monthly one by spending budget by 2030. The cost of fully autonomous vehicles, IFSD, is expected to be around $28 based on the current trend of FSD price increases annually. If FSD proves to be as successful as anticipated, it will be a significant source of revenue for Tesla. Assuming that the average vehicle sold by 2030 will cost $50,000, assuming our conservative profit margin of 25, the net income from each vehicle sold will be roughly $12,500. By 2030, this may equate to 1.5 billion outstanding shares. Although this is unlikely, as Tesla may choose to reduce shares through buybacks or dividends, the price to earnings ratio KAI is maintained at a conservative level of 40 and earnings per share as calculated using the outstanding shares prior to the stock split. But in 2030, it's anticipated that Tesla's stock price will be above $50. Please be aware that there's inadequate data for other areas such as Tesla insurance. Thus, this analysis only looks at the food and auto sales industries. In other words, we have some data that we believe to be accurate, but may not be precise, such as robot taxis and Tesla bots. Let's discuss how much money you should have saved for a comfortable retirement. With a market valuation of nearly $20 trillion, Tesla's stock price could reach $450 if it sells 20 million cars by 2030.
Yeah.
However, it is unlikely that they will sell that many. If they sell 30 million cars, which is more reasonable, the stock price would reach $13,000 per share. Currently, the stock price is very high due to the abundance of shares available, but we believe they will decline in the future. Nevertheless, if you invest wisely, you can still live comfortably in retirement. In the worst case situation, you'll only need 297 shares, which will cost you just over $59,400. And by 2030, You'll only need $850,000 if you want to live on $5,000 per month for the next 50 years. In the base case, you would only need 230 shares, which would cost you approximately $47,400. If you commit to not spending money you don't need and invest wisely, you can retire comfortably with $59,400 invested now, which could grow to $800,000 in the next 8 years. You could then invest that amount into the SPF 500 and expect a return of 7% or more. If they sell 25 million automobiles, this investment may return more than 10 times its value in the following 8 years. If they sell 30 million, might return 66 times its value. Investing $48 today could generate $85 by 2030. Investing your Tesla gains in an index fund linked to the SP 500 index is the supposition behind all of this. And according to current studies, you will require $1.7 million to live well in retirement if you decide to save for retirement in one lump payment and don't reinvest returns. It's important to ascertain your retirement needs and develop a plan to meet them because the amount you'll need to feel comfortable. In retirement relies on a number of factors, including your lifestyle spending habits and financial objectives. If you manage your retirement fund carefully and have $1.7 million saved, you should have a sizable nest egg that will provide a comfortable income in retirement, provided you have no large obligations or liabilities. With a 4% annual withdrawal rate, a $1.7 million retirement portfolio can yield $68,000 in income per year. Of course, the amount you can remove each year will depend on your investment plan and the state of the market. It's important to take your wants into account when determining whether $68,000 a year is sufficient to allow a player to retire comfortably. $68,000 a year can be quite comfortable if your living expenses are modest, you don't plan to travel much, and you don't have any serious health problems or dependents. However, if you have expensive hobbies or intend to travel frequently, you might need a larger retirement income. In the end, saving and planning for retirement is a long-term process that calls for careful thought and strategy. To design a retirement plan that meets your financial objectives and guarantees a comfortable retirement lifestyle, you should consult with a financial expert. Lastly, it's critical to remember that our research just takes into account the FSD in cars, as Tesla insurance, RoboCab Tesla, and solar energy storage aren't included due to the lack of concrete data. Hence, Tesla's FSD car sales are the only relevant factors for our analysis. So if you're already invested, my recommendation is to refrain from logging in if the market experiences another 50 crash. We can't predict when this might happen, but it's a certainty. Given the resilience of the US stock market when it comes to investing in stocks, it's always a good idea to be cautious and consider both the best and worst case scenarios by taking a more conservative approach and focusing on the bear case. Can avoid potential regrets down the road. For example, with just 300 shares of Tesla held onto for 8 to 10 years without selling, you could be set for retirement with a value of around $800,000, despite some analysts claiming that is overpriced. The company's success and partnerships with other UV manufacturers like Rivian and Nyalac suggest that it's a great moment to invest in Tesla stock. In fact, experts like Kathy Wood predicted the stock price will be worth over $1,000 by 2030. Tesla is dedicated to increasing the availability of green energy and funding REIT to increase affordability and efficiency. You can calculate how many shares of Tesla you'll need to maintain your standard of living after retirement by using our tool, which calculates how many shares are needed based on your annual expenses. If you have any further questions or need clarification, please don't hesitate to ask. Additionally, don't forget to like and share our content. The ultimate goal of efforts is to accelerate the transition to sustainable energy and reduce global reliance on fossil fuels. Additionally, watch our channel for more international insights.